Let's talk about this heat and humidity. As we know, they're perfect ingredients for dangerous molds to grow in our homes. So around this time of year, we need to take a good look at our homes to make sure it hasn't already started forming. And joining me now in Studio A to talk to us on how we can prevent mold growth is owner of AdvantaClean, Anthony Cruz. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Morning, thank you.
I feel like we've been on a wild roller coaster when it comes to our recent weather. First, we had those temperatures in the triple digits for about a week or so. And then, of course, we're getting hit now with rain. When you factor the two in, I guess we're talking about perfect conditions for mold. Talk to us about, are you seeing more instances of mold cases popping up throughout the Houston area?
Yeah, so it usually happens most of the time during the summer. Once of that humidity builds and heat builds up in the attic, a lot of homes, they actually heat from the attic start coming down inside of the home, and then people start having mold growth on the upper section of the house, usually on those first 2 feet from the ceiling down, usually on a second story.
Now, is this something homeowners will be able to spot with their own eyes? What do we need to be on the lookout for?
So unfortunately, with this type of mold growth, usually you don't see it because it's behind the walls. So that is a problem. So anytime somebody starts smelling something or something, they should call somebody.
It's an indicator that something could be growing back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, there is no way. Once you start seeing it, it's usually pretty bad behind that wall.
What do you suggest? What should people do? What are our options at this point?
So well, as soon as you smell something, you just call somebody to come take a look at it. The other thing, usually if one of the first places it starts happening is around the chases, meaning where the ductwork goes down. If you have an outlet around that section, just pull it out and see how it looks behind it. If it looks like you have some sort of debris, that's a good sign you do have something happening.
We're seeing some pretty impressive images pop up here. You can see that's mold, right? Growing up the wall.
Correct, yes.
We just saw one image that had mold along the baseboard. Talk to us about preventative measures. What should folks do before it even gets to this point where we're thinking, oh, something could be wrong?
So most of the time with a water leak, it's pretty simple. You have a water leak, just call somebody to come and properly dry it out. A lot of people don't properly dry their home. They just put a fan or something, and a lot of times there's a lot more materials behind it that either need to be removed or properly to dry it out to address that. With the humidity and all of that's happening up in the attic, a lot of times that's a combination of that the attic is not venting properly, along with maybe the HVAC system being not balanced properly as well, and that's forcing air to come down. So. But yeah, the problem with that one is it's very difficult. Usually, once it happens, it's just it's already there.
Yeah, it's already there, and you guys have to come in and do your professional work to make sure it gets out of there. Talk to us about the different types of molds.
So, for example, in this air infiltration that we're seeing like from the attic happening, most common is the Aspergillus penicillinum that's happening. That's the most common that we see around those. There's multiple of them that can be wrong. And then from that one, that's kind of like the family. There's a lot of them, a lot of Aspergillus and a lot of penicillinum as well. Some of them in Aspergillus, they do produce mycotoxins.
I was just going to ask, can these molds be harmful to our health? We're seeing what it does to our home. What about our health?
Well, so as a minimum, usually you have allergies, and everybody's a little bit different. Some people have a little bit of mold, and they're very sensitive, and they just feel awful. Some people, I've been in homes that home is extremely bad, and they feel perfectly fine. However, multiple of them, different type of mold, they do produce mycotoxins, and those can get into your body. And some people have some mold toxicities and other stuff. So.
Well, we so much appreciate your time this morning. I know this is a hot topic, especially given our recent weather, but then when you factor in the storms that we've had and all the rebuild and the cleanup efforts that go with it, we appreciate you coming in. Anthony Cruz, thank you so much for your time this morning.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.